Welcome to Amaka Intellectual Factory, where I host podcasts and many other interesting stuff. Yeah, so my book reviews for Virginia Woolf's novel Orlando continues. And in this article that I'm going to be reading, we are at part 5 of 9, so that's progress. Let's go right into it. Orlando, the prostitute Nell, and men's misogyny. Part 5 of 9. One of the many beautiful things about Virginia Woolf's novel Orlando is that not only did it touch on sexuality, it touched on crucial gender issues in much earlier centuries. I'm no longer sure what century this meeting between Orlando and the prostitute Nell took place. What I do know is that at this point, Orlando was now a woman, so it had to be just before the dawn of the 20th century. On one fateful day, Orlando put on one of her old male clothing and was walking the streets of London when she met a prostitute named Nell. Nell led her to a room thinking she was a man, but Orlando disclosed to Nell that she was actually a woman. This made Nell more relaxed around Orlando. What caught my attention in this interaction was the conversation that followed between them. It made me realize the forever nature of gender wars between men and women. Nothing is new about these gender wars, which Igbo people call Igbo-Oma. This translates as women's war or women's struggle. Whoever follows my writings would know how passionate I am about Igbo-Oma. So here you have Orlando and a prostitute named Nell having a nice conversation and truly enjoying each other's company, despite Orlando's observation that Nell was not the smartest cookie in the jar. Nell invited 3 other prostitutes to join in on their conversation, and they all recounted some of their conversations with the men they serviced. One of these men said women had no desires, just affection. And because women had no desires, they were incapable of interesting conversations. Yet another said that the only time women desired to talk to one another was when they wanted to talk about men. That when women were by themselves, they did not talk, they scratched. That women were incapable of affection for one another because they hated each other. Orlando laughed this off and said she very much enjoyed the company of other women and would leave it to men to prove otherwise. Now, isn't that something? Clearly, the more things change, the more things stay the same. This part of the novel can easily be written into any modern-day novel, and it will fit like a glove. This gives you an idea of how ancient gender wars or Igbo-Oma is. I am of the opinion that just because women's struggle has lasted for such a long time, we should not see it as natural. It has a beginning, and it will have an end when women truly decide to do something substantial about it. I guess this part is going to be one of the short parts of my book reviews because I'm not going to be delving into the popular patriarchal delusion that propagates that women do not like each other and only bother to talk to one another when they want to talk about men. That, my friends, is a topic for another day. The end of my article. I guess at this point, I don't have to extend you an invitation to share your thoughts with me. Before you know, you are very free to share your thoughts with me. So please, if you have anything to say, comment down below, start a conversation, and I will be more than glad to rub minds with you. Well, until next time, take care of your lovely selves. And remember, life is beautiful and worth living.
What happened to us? What happened to me?